All right, y'all, welcome to another flight attendant meal prep. This is going to be a warm meal. I'm going to be doing a bunch of hot and cold meals because sometimes on a plane you may not have access to or time to heat up your meals. But this is also good for the plane, also good for at home, and it's also yummy at the same time. So let's get into it. So I'm going to be making a whole roasted chicken in my air fryer, and then I'm going to be making some mashed sweet potatoes. I have some dark brown sugar, nutmeg, cinnamon. I do wash my chicken. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. With white distilled vinegar, some lemons, onions. I have some achote oil, which is just another way of using sazon if you prefer the sazon packets. I just don't like the stuff that comes in the sazon packets anymore, so I just use achote oil for the orange color, roasted garlic, black pepper, thyme, rosemary, fresh garlic, onion powder, sea salt, chicken bouillon, black peppercorns, fresh sofrito that I've made, and you can store. You can make a big batch, freeze it. It's good for a while. Some sharp cheddar cheese and some broccoli. Y'all see all this? You see all this? All right, now let's get to it. All right, y'all. So we got the chicken. I went ahead and rinsed it off with some water. And then I'm just going to pour a little bit of vinegar in here just to kind of get it a little more extra clean. Like I said, argue with your mama, don't argue with me. I like to clean my chicken, and I also like to go in and pluck any like hairs sometimes that are left on here, because it's not perfect, you know, like that. Yeah, that's got to go. So also, I went ahead and already took the giblets out of the chicken in the inside. You can save those, you can cook those. I am not going to do that. I went ahead and already discarded them and rinsed out the inside of the chicken. And of course, whatever we do to the inside of the chicken, we want to do to the outside of the chicken. So, all right, so now we want to pat it dry because we don't want it to be wet. Dry it as best you can. I'm going to put in this onion. I'm also going to put in a lemon. And then I'm going to put a couple cloves of fresh garlic and also a little bit of thyme and rosemary, just a little bit, because this is also going to go in our water base. So when the chicken is steaming, it's also going to get these flavors as well. So everything that I'm putting inside the chicken, I'm also going to put in my water base for when the chicken is cooking in my Ninja Foodie. Okay. So we'll go ahead and just chop that off. I don't know if this whole onion will fit, but we're going to cut it small enough to where we can fit it. And then the dry seasonings as well. Everything we put on the inside of the chicken, I'm also going to put on the outside of the chicken. So I'm definitely going to season the inside as well. I'm just going to cut this lemon up small so that I can see how much will fit. I tried to get a small lemon because I wanted to put it in the inside of the chicken. And then for the garlic, we're going to do maybe like 3 cloves. Yeah. You want to just lightly just smash it just so that you can get the outer layer off. And you can smash it just a little bit, but don't totally crush it, But that way it'll release that garlic flavor inside the chicken, but it won't be smashed to death. And just a couple. I mean, I like garlic, but put as much garlic as you want. Your food, you do what you want. All right, so now that we have the chicken, I'm going to bring it over here. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and place some pepper inside. I'll make sure we get all up in there. Some Himalayan sea salt. Just a little bit. And then some onion powder. Some garlic powder. and just kind of go in there and like coat it, you know, because it doesn't get on the walls and stuff. It gets all on the bottom. Ooh, that smells good. All right. And don't be afraid to get in there. You can wash your hands, you know, it's all right. Get in that chicken. Ooh, it's nice and seasoned in there. Okay, so now we're going to add in our onion. I'm going to do a couple of that first, and then I'm going to layer it with the garlic. And I'm going to put the lemon in there. And I'm going to put the rest of the onion in there. Perfect. Actually, that fit perfectly. All right, I think I'm gonna actually leave that a little bit of thyme and the rosemary. Just a little bit, like one in there and like a small bunch, maybe we can do two. And just like a small bunch, just like that, you know? Not a lot, not a lot, right? Not a lot, a little bit. And we'll stick it right in there. It's gonna give it this really nice flavor, but it's also gonna smell really good too. But fresh herbs are so good. If you have access to them, use them 100%. 100%. All right. I think I'm going to try to put one more lemon wedge in there and maybe squeeze just some of this juice. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. There we go. Perf. I'm happy. All right. So nice and stuffed in there. We season the inside of the bird, we season the outside of the bird. Because that's just me. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do some black pepper. Onion powder. Garlic powder. It smells so good in here, y'all. And salt. All right. And then I'm also going to add, actually, I forgot the little bit of the sofrito in here as well. I just rub it in. You don't have to use a lot. Now we're going to prep the water mixture. So we're just going to cut up this onion. Usually it's never that easy for me to peel the onion, but of course I'm doing it on camera. It's gonna be a little easier. So we're just gonna cut up just a little bit, maybe about like that much, and just not a lot, you know. You know what? Maybe I'll do a little bit more, one more little sliver. Yeah, and then go ahead and cut up this lemon. And we're only going to use about half the lemon in there. We're going to use half this lemon. We're going to put in some peppercorns and the chicken bouillon. All right, so I'm going to take this out. We're just going to put a little bit of water in here. Not a lot. Put it right back in there. And then we're going to go ahead and put our onions in there, spread it out a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and put in this lemon juice. All right, I went ahead and cut up that lemon I used to take the juice out of. And we're gonna just put it in there, spread it out. And then again, a little bit of rosemary and thyme, just a cute little bunch, you know, nothing too crazy. Oop, don't forget that piece. Just a little bunch right there. And then we're gonna put it right in the pot. Okay, we're just gonna stir that up a little bit. Just stir it up a little bit. All right, I did also forget to add, I'm gonna add a little of this chicken bouillon in there, just a little bit. I want to add that in there as well. So now we're also gonna add the peppercorns in there. Not a lot, just a little bit, like a pinch. A little goes a long way. I'm gonna bring this bad boy over here. All right, so here we go. We're gonna add this into our pressure cooker / air fryer. I just want y'all to see how beautiful that looks. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna turn this on and we're gonna put the lid on. All right, the lid is on, and so we're going to pressure on high. For 22 minutes. And we're gonna let it do its thing, and we'll come back for the air frying process. Clean sink, y'all. See, clean sink. We don't do that. Everything is clean. You know, we like a clean kitchen. We like to clean as we go. All right, so the next step is washing these sweet potatoes off. And then we're gonna get the broccoli going here, trying to get it to boil over here as well for the broccoli, because we're gonna steam the broccoli because I don't like boiling my broccoli. All right, so let's get to it. I'm gonna be back and wash this. All right, now that we got those washed, the fun part, yay, the peeling. My mom for Thanksgiving would hate like peeling these just because they can be hard, you know? So when she would make her yams and she would make them into circles, like she wouldn't smash them or anything, she would be like, look for the most skinniest ones because those are going to be the easiest to cut, you know? But because we're mashing them, and of course I'm just making this for me, I was trying not to get two big ones. This one right here, forced it. Forced it. So now what we're going to do is that we're just going to chop these up into smaller pieces. They don't have to be totally small. It'll just help with the cooking process. They won't take as long to boil. Try to be very mindful. But, you know, I try to always use fresh stuff when I can because I didn't really have access to that a lot growing up. To a degree, it got to the point where if I was going to the grocery store, I would try to get fresh stuff. But, you know, I grew up with the canned vegetables and, you know, the hamburger helper, which is a staple, which I think that might be my next cooking video. Who knows? But you can make it different now, you know? I have so much more control on what I can buy and what I'm willing to buy. And I love that for me. And I love that for y'all. Next, we're gonna work on the broccoli. I think I'm gonna just do one for now, just because the pot I'm using is a little small and I don't think it's gonna fit both of these. So let's get to it. Get this rinsed off and chopped. I'm not gonna use the stems. I'm much more a floret kind of girl. So I'm over here to the cutting board. Right. So yeah, I don't really use the stems. You can use the stems, you can keep the stems, you do what you want, but I like to also like cut them in half. So you get a little bit, you'll get a little bit more, you know, and it's not so much. See? The stems just make it real tough. And with bigger pieces like this, I'll cut into like fours. But I'll try to cut it very delicately because I don't want to lose too much of the broccoli to put them in. You know what? Maybe I can actually use the second one because I'm not going to be using the stems. Oh yeah, we could definitely use that. But yeah, normally I would buy like already frozen broccoli so I could just already pop it in the microwave and call it a day, which is still also good. You know, frozen is still good. It's convenient and it's helpful. All right, so now that we have the water boiling for the sweet potatoes, we're gonna go ahead and just plop those in there. And let me get a lid. All right, I went ahead and also turned it down, but the lid, I'm just gonna kind of cover it just a little bit. It'll just help boil quicker. And our broccoli water is starting to boil as well. So we'll go ahead and just put that in there. And then so that I don't make a mess, I'm just gonna gently place it in there. There we go, there's that. And we're gonna put this lid on. We're not gonna touch it. We're gonna love them both and leave them alone. Okay, so I went ahead and now it was time to release the pressure. So we're gonna let this release for about 5 minutes. And then we will put it on the air fryer, air crisp, and we're gonna take that chicken out. And that's when we're gonna use our achote oil to get it nice and crispy. Y'all, I wish you could smell this chicken for real. Like, OMG. Add that achote oil I was telling you about. Just gonna take this brush and just brush it on there. This is gonna help it get all crisp. Our sweet potatoes are good. Our broccoli is good. I'm gonna season that in just a moment. I'm gonna set it to the side. And I'm gonna go ahead and drain this water from the sweet potatoes. Because it is hot. All right. Oh, 3 potatoes didn't actually make that much. Okay, so I have just a little bit of salted butter. We're gonna put that in there. I have a little bit of nutmeg that we're gonna just sprinkle. You don't need a lot of nutmeg. Nutmeg is pretty strong, and I learned that one time, and it was a little overpowering. And now I have some cinnamon that I'm gonna put in there. I love cinnamon. Love the smell of it. Oh my gosh, it already smells so good. And then I have some dark brown sugar. And I do like it a little sweet, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna try not to make it too sweet. So there we go. See that? We mash, mash, mash. So now we're gonna take a little spoon. Actually, take 2 spoons because I don't like dipping the same spoon. Even if it's just me, I don't like dipping the same spoon in there. I think that's gross. Y'all ain't gonna cap. That's actually really good. Now we're gonna get the broccoli going because we gotta season that up, you know? Everything needs seasoning. Look at that, y'all. Steamy. Oh, I lost one. Don't worry, the counter is clean, I promise. That's part of cooking, right? All right, so when I plate it, I'm gonna put some cheese on there, but for now, we're gonna put some black pepper and some garlic salt on there. Keep it real simple with the spices. All right, and then we're gonna just give that a good mix. And then we're gonna put the lid back on so that way it doesn't get too cold because I want the cheese to like melt naturally on its own. All right, y'all, this is the final product. When I was taking it out of the basket, This wing just fell off, but it's so good. It's so seasoned to perfection. Now it's time to plate it. All right, y'all, I'm gonna enjoy this food, but I wanted to show you the plating a little bit, the chicken, the broccoli, the mashed potatoes, well, sweet mashed potatoes. But also in this cup, I have this Manoa winery. And let me tell you guys something. If you take away nothing from this video, if you ever get the chance to go to Hawaii, they do have Facebook. That's their name on Facebook, Manoa. Some of the best and only mead, honestly, I've ever had. I brought back home 5 bottles. This one was the punch one. So good. So good. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. And then I wanted to go ahead and just show you this chicken, you know? I'm not a perfect carver whatsoever, but get into it. This is really good for meal prep. You know, it was quick and easy. Honestly, the whole process probably took me about an hour, but I'll say, like, cooking wise, the sweet potatoes and the broccoli, they took maybe 15 minutes in total. And the chicken didn't take very long either. Maybe 45 minutes, but it's in the air fryer, so you're not really doing anything. So you can do things as that chicken is cooking. So yeah, you can portion this out and you can put it in the freezer and just pop it out during the week and you're good to go. So I hope you enjoy and I'll see you next time. Bye.